Okay, so now we're gonna do communicating with algebra, just kind of related to exponents, but it'll all come together at the end. So part one, do it now. Let's start this. We don't have to do this because that's like not related. So a hockey team gets 2 points for one win, 1 point for a tie, and 0 points for a loss. Write an equation determining the amount of points a team has. So we can write this using multiplication. That's what we want to use. So we can say that our points equal 2 for every win that we have, plus 1 for every tie that we have, and plus 0 for every loss that we have. Remember, this is multiplication. So this expression represents our win to lose. So the Penguins win 54 games, tie 8, and lose 20. How many points will they get? So we can just put this into here. So we can just copy this, copy, and then put that here. And now, let's see. So how many did they win? 54. How many did they tie? 8. And how many did they lose? 20. Okay. Now we can do the math. 2 times 54 is 108. Plus 1 times 8 is 8. Plus 0 times 20 is 0. So the answer will be 116 games, or points. Here we go. Okay. Let's see. Term. An expression formed by the product of numbers. So term is the expression formed by the product of numbers and variables. Example of a term, 4x squared. And the number in front of the variable is called the coefficient. Identify the coefficient and the variable for an expression. So the coefficient is the number up front, and the variable is the unknown. And that's x squared in this situation. Practice with terms. Okay, so this is a practice one. Jim earns $7 per hour at his part-time job. If he works X amount of hours, his earnings in dollars are 7 times X. In the depth in meter, okay, so let's do the first one here. So the expression that we're going to write. So the coefficient is going to be 7 per hour. We know that. $7. And then the variable is X amount of hours. And the expression is going to be 7x. So let's say he works 2 hours, will be 7 times 2 equals 14. Next, the depth in meters of a falling stone into a well after t seconds is negative 4.9 t squared. Okay, so let's see here. The variable is going to be t squared. Coefficient is negative 4.9. And the expression is negative 4.9 t squared. And we want to say here that the negative sign is included with the coefficient. It's good to know. The area of a triangle with base b and height h is 1/2 of bh. So let's see. The variable is going to be our letters. The coefficient is going to be 1/2. Then together, it's 1/2 of base times height. Whoa, base times height. Okay, and then the area of a square length is k, of length k is k squared. So the coefficient's 1, because technically there's a 1 in front of there. The variables are k squared, because that's our letter. And then this this is 1k squared, which we don't need that one there. There you go. This one, let's go over this. The variable can consist of one or more letter or symbol, and when the coefficient is not shown, it is 1. Okay. Polynomials. Polynomial, an algebraic expression consisting of one or more terms connected by addition or subtraction operators. Example of a polynomial. 3, okay, so let's do this. Addition or subtraction operators. Example of a polynomial. So, a monomial is a polynomial with one terms. A binomial is with two terms. A trinomial is with three terms, and a four-term polynomial is a polynomial with four terms. Pretty simple. Classify each polynomial by the terms it has. Okay, so how many terms does this have? 2. So it's a binomial. Binomial. This has one term. This should look more like a 2. This is one term, so it's a monomial. This seems to have 3 terms, so it's a tri. And this has 4, so it's a 4-term polynomial. Okay. This is a good hint. You can find the number of terms by looking for the addition and subtraction operators that separate the terms. Yeah, good thinking. Okay. So, the degree of a term, the sum of the exponents on the variables in a term. Example of determining the degree. Okay, so the degree is sum of the exponents, so this one plus this one, so the degree is 5. Pretty standard. Now, find the degree of each term by adding exponents of the variables. So, let's do this. This one's 2 because it's only 2. This one should be 4 because it's only 4. This one is technically a 1 and a 1, so it's 2 plus 2. Oh, 1 plus 1. 2. So it's 2. This one is a 2 plus a 1. 3. So 3. And this is, there's no letters here, so it's just 0. Okay. Let's note. A variable that appears to have no exponent actually has an exponent of 1. A constant degree of 0. That makes sense. Okay. Now part 5, degree of a polynomial. Okay. The degree of a polynomial is equal to the degree of the highest degree term. In the polynomial. So for example, this one is here. So I could say this is a 6, this is a 4 here, and this is a 5. The highest degree term would be 3x squared y 4. Okay? And then the degree of the highest term is 2 plus 4 equals 6. And the degree of the polynomial is 6. So we can look at that here and say this one is 6, this one is 4, this one. And we're trying to say which one out of these is the highest degree. Okay, so let's do this. Find the degree of each polynomial. Term with the highest degree. Well, x, because 3 doesn't have a degree. And it's 1, so the degree is 1. The term with the highest degree is 5x squared. The degree of the term with the highest degree is 2. And the degree of the polynomial is 2. So this one, the degree with the highest term is 3y cubed. And the degree is 3. And the polynomial is 3. this one, which has the highest degree, this one 7, this one 6, so it's x6y. This is degree of the term, so it's 6 plus 7, or 6 plus 1 equals 7, and this is 7. Now let's apply our knowledge. So, Mr. Jensen works a part-time as a golf instructor. He earns $125 for the season, $20 for each children's lesson, $30 for each adult lesson. Write an expression that describes Mr. Jensen's earning for the total season. So we want this, this, and this described. Okay, so let's see. We could do earnings is equal to $20 per every child lesson plus $30 for adult lesson. And he's gonna get, it's just one season, so the season. So plus $125 for the season. If Mr. Jensen gave 8 children's lessons and 6 adult lessons, what were his total earnings? Let's see, 8 children, so 20 times 8 plus 30 times 6 plus 125. This is 160 plus 180 plus 125, and that is $465. There you go. And now let's review the terms. So, term. An algebraic expression formed by product of numbers and or variables. Polynomial. An algebraic expression consisting of one or more terms by addition or subtraction signs. Okay? Degree of term. The sum of the exponents on the variable in a term, and the degree of polynomial. Equal to the degree of highest degree term in a polynomial. So look back if you need anything, but yeah, that should be it.